In this video, we'll be taking a look at the futures analysis to get you prepared for the week ahead. We'll be taking a look at gold, Nasdaq, GBP-USD, EUR-USD, and crude oil. So whichever chart you're interested in, you can use the timestamp below to navigate to this chart to get insights on what I'm watching out for this coming week. If you love the content, please like, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you're interested in learning to trade first like a professional, check out our complete Forex trading course on Udemy. I have the link attached in the description below as well. Without further ado, we'll be starting with the gold chart on the 1 hour time frame. So I'm not going to spend much time on this chart because they're pretty straightforward. So last week we talked about the possibility of price consolidating, probably going higher, going lower, and watching out for specific area of values. But we seem to have created a head and shoulder. So with this being head, so this is the head, there's a right shoulder and there's a left shoulder with a break of the neckline, right? So this is what gold did last week, giving rise to an opportunity for a short trade position, excuse me, over here during the breakout. But this was short-lived because I think we had a bounce of this area of value. So we have a slight or mini area of resistance here. So resistance turned support, led to this bounce to the upside. So I'm going to quickly go over a few case scenario I'll be watching out for to go long. So first case scenario will be waiting to see what price does. So would price go up, consolidate, and then giving us that breakout to the upside. So this is my first case scenario. So something like this with a bullish breakout for a long trade opportunity. This will be my first bullish case scenario to go long. So I have no idea how the pattern is going to form, if we're going to go higher first. So maybe create something like this, back to resistance level, then consolidate more before we get our breakout to the upside. Then this will look yeah, it will look a bit like this. So something exactly like this could happen. It could take different shape or form, but the point is waiting for a good reversal to the upside, right, and consolidating properly to give us a clear structure, clear price levels for a breakout before we go long. So it could either be like this or going back to resistance level first, consolidating, and then breaking out. So that's my first bullish case scenario for gold. Second bullish case scenario will be waiting to see if we do reverse to the downside, coming to this area of value. You can see I have an alert already set at these price levels. I'm going to watch out to see what price does at this price level before I go long. So this would be a very good area to go long in my opinion if this happens. Third case scenario would be watching out to see if we tap into this trend line, right, then follow up with a bounce to the upside. So this is my third case scenario to go long. So first case scenario will be waiting to see if price, you know, do get a reversal to the upside, consolidate more. So something like this, just to repeat once more. So first case scenario is something like this, then followed by a bullish move to the upside, right? Second case scenario will be waiting to see if price comes into this area of value, bounces off and goes higher. Third case scenario will be waiting to see if price touches the trend line. So whichever happens, I'll be there waiting to snipe, get my entry, and take advantage of the price action chart. So either of this is going to happen because I don't think market is just going to open next week and run straight up, right? So we're going to see some sort of consolidation, slow grind to the upside before we get out massive breakouts to decide the direction market will be headed. So for a bearish case scenario, I think you could possibly take a look at this area of value, watch out for a bounce, then look for a short, but I wouldn't be doing that because gold is still in a very strong bullish trend and I don't see any clear area of value to go short right now. Besides, you know, taking out this neckline and, you know, going short here for quick profits. So the other best case scenario to go short will be waiting to see if price consolidates, drops a little, comes into this area of value, right? Consolidates and then takes out this trend line. So this taking out this area of value here and also taking out this trend line would be a confirmation for me to go short, and my entry is going to be at a breakout, right? Taking out this trend line, this area of value. Stop loss is going to be above the consolidation, at least at the breakout, probably around these price levels. And my take profit, first one is going to be around these price levels, right? This area of resistance. And second take profit target is going to be around this area of value here. So that will be approximately what, let's see, move to this price level will be, first target will be 250 pips approximately, second target will be 500 pips approximately. So this I'm going to go short on gold. If this happens, taking out this area of value and also taking out this trend line, then I'm going to go short on gold, no brainer, right? But if that doesn't happen, I'm going to stay bullish, and I'm not going to be going short around these price levels right now because there's clearly some sort of indecision in the market with price deciding where to head next. As you can see, we just bounced up of this area of oversold level, so there's a good chance, since we're back above the 30% oversold level, there's a good chance we have enough room now to even go lower, maybe hitting these price levels, then going higher. Then I'm going to look for my bullish trade opportunities, or we do go down, consolidate, and then take out these price levels. So this is a very key and very important area of value to watch out for, to see if price bounces up of this level or breakouts from this level. But that would only happen if we do get a reversal to the downside. If not, I think we're just going to go up, grind slowly, come down, then possibly move higher slowly. So this a way to look at gold, and this is my brief outlook for gold this week. If you have other thoughts or other insights, please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know what you're looking out for on gold this week. Other than this, I think we'll be moving on to the next chart, which will be the Nasdaq. So speaking about Nasdaq, we talked about price breaking this trend line on the daily. So going to the daily time frame real quick. So we have this long-term trend dating back to 2023, so the start of 2023, and we've been tracking this trend line pretty nicely until recently we took out the trend line. But there's a small pattern here I want to pay attention to, because that's what we give rise to our trade for this week. And if you can see on the daily, we just bounced off this oversold level. So going on to the lower time frame, which is the 1 hour time frame, to see how we can spot our good trade opportunities for this week, or good trade opportunity for this week. So I think there's a good chance we go up, right, consolidate a little, and take out this area of resistance. So if we take out this area of resistance, to zoom in a little, so taking out this area of resistance would mean entering after the breakout. Stop loss is going to be underneath the consolidation list of the breakout. Take profit target obviously is going to be around this area of value, so the one we saw on the higher time frame, right, this area of support that's potentially going to turn to resistance, right? So this will give you approximately a take profit of, let's see, 600 pips as the case may be. So this is my bullish case scenario for Nasdaq right now, would be simply watching out to see if we take out this area of resistance. So this one over here. So we take out this area of resistance, then I'm going to go long, aiming for this price target here, right? I hope you're following so far. So I'm just going to get rid of some of these lines. So I drew this last week in anticipation that we may break out from this ascending triangle to the downside, giving us a bearish continuation pattern. We did get a breakout, but the movement was short-lived by this area of value. So we had a good area of support here that led to this bounce, creating a double bottom on the RSI. You can see 1, 2, so double bottom on the RSI, double bottom on the price chart, right? So this is not a significant double bottom regarding to price action, right? Looking at a candlestick, but it's pretty significant looking at the RSI, because we just double tapped the 30% over 30% level on the RSI, which seems to be a strong signal for a bullish reversal. So the only way to go short, right? The only way to go short with this chart we can see right now. So I'm just going to get rid of this because it's no longer relevant. So the only way to go short, we watching out to see what price does. If we do get a reversal to the downside, hitting this area of value, consolidating a little, and then giving us a good breakout to the downside. So if this happens, then I'm going to go short after the breakout. My stop loss is going to be above the consolidation list of the breakout. First take profit target is going to be around these lows, and I trail the rest of my positions as we go lower, right? So this I'm going to go short on Nasdaq, easy peasy. Bearish case scenario, bullish case scenario, to repeat once more, will be waiting to see what price does at this resistance level, giving rise to a bullish breakout where entry is going to be after the breakout. Stop loss is going to be underneath the consolidation list of the breakout, and take profit target is going to be around this area of value, retesting this trend line, and also this area of support potentially going to turn into an area of resistance. That's it briefly for Nasdaq. If you have other thoughts, please leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm right? Have you carried out your own analysis? Are they similar? So just let me know what you think about these charts, and if they've been helpful. It really means a lot to me. So moving on, we'll be going talk about the GBP-USD. So GBP-USD, we haven't spoken about this in a while, and I think this chart looks nice, right? But we have to be very careful with GBP-USD and EUR-USD. EUR-USD we'll be talking about in a few minutes, because they look pretty similar and they can be confusing, especially if you decide to take both trades, which I strongly advise against. If you're going to be trading EUR-USD or GBP-USD, pick one, because they almost always move in the same direction, right? So just in case you are wrong, you don't lose twice. I know it can be beneficial if you are right, so you make profit on both ends. But if you're going to be trading EUR-USD and GBP-USD, just pick one. It's easy to track. It's, improves your risk management and trading psychology in terms of discipline. So starting with the GBP-USD chart, we have this solid area of value here. We have another one here which led to this massive move to the upside. We had a rising channel, an ascending channel with a bearish breakout, which I believe would seal a reversal around this area of value. So let me just explain what we can see briefly on this chart. Now we had a very good area of a very good ascending channel, right, with a good bearish breakout. Now there's a good chance this comes all the way down to this trend line before we see a massive move to the upside, which would be a very solid opportunity to go short. But before we get here, we have this solid area of value to contend with. So this is an area of value because we had a base here, right, giving us a support level. This dotted line you can see is my alert, just to let me know price has gotten to this area of value, because I want to take action when we get there, right? So two things are bound to happen. We get into this area of value, so we either bounce, which is one, bullish case scenario, or we consolidate a little and then go short, breakout, get a bearish breakout, right? So whichever happens, this is going to give you a solid trade opportunity to either go short or go long. Now I'm going to explain how I'm going to go long on this chart. So when we get into this area of value, if we get a bounce, a good bounce, followed by a reversal candlestick around this area of value, then I'm going to go short. I'm going to go long, excuse me, because this aligns with the 200 moving average on the 2 hours time frame, which probably is going to lead to an oversold level, price being oversold on the RSI, right? So if the price gets oversold, we get a good bounce out of this area of value, which also aligns with this 200 moving average on the 2 hours time frame. So exponential and simple, right, which gives rise to a range. Then I'm going to go long. I'm also going to watch out for candlestick reversal patterns like bullish engulfing candles, a doji and stuff like that, spine it up, inverse, a shooting star, right, or inverted hammer, excuse me, or an hanging man, whatever chart patterns that signifies a reversal, especially if the pattern had a long wick followed by a small body, then you want to go long, right? That's what I'm watching out for, to go long. Stop loss is going to be very tight, just underneath the area of value and underneath the moving average. Gives you a very good opportunity to get into a trade with a good risk to reward ratio, right? So your stop loss is probably going to be around, let's see, 30 pips. Take profit target, first one is going to be around 120 pips, which is already a risk to reward ratio of 1 to 3, I think. And you can go as high as 300 pips or 200 pips, as the case may be. So that's my bullish case scenario for GBP-USD. Now for the bearish case scenario, I'm going to watch out to see what price does. If we get into this area of value, consolidate without any reversal candlestick, or we see the RSI struggling to get oversold, right, and we fail to get a good pattern for a bullish reversal, and we do get a breakout from this level, so I'm going to go short, right? I'm going to go short immediately after a breakout. If that happens, stop loss is going to be above the consolidation, at least to the breakout. Take profit target, first one is going to be around this area of resistance, a resistance turn support here, which simply aligns with, or is probably going to align with, price hitting this trend line, where we're going to look for opportunities to go long. But if this happens over here, I'm going to take my profit anyways. I'm not going to hold, because this would already give me a profit of approximately 170 pips, as the case may be, or 150 pips if I decide to take profit earlier. So this is my bullish and bearish case scenario for GBP-USD. And I don't want to give much thought into, what happens if we touch this trend line, because I think we're going to get a bounce or a breakout. Well, that being said, next week we're going to review again if this happens. We're going to take a look at what the market presents us with next week if that happens. So something else to take note of is when looking at price action, you look at past price reaction, right? That's how you trade price action. And what you notice is over here, when we had this breakdown or bearish breakout, so if you take a look at this, similar to what we're having right now, right? So this price action for you, study of past price movements to make informed future price decisions, right? Or trade decisions. So you can see we had a breakout from this ascending channel. Now we got stored at this area of value, which also coincides with the moving average, which was a double top at the RSI. Now we had a good move, and this led to a move of approximately from here up to 300 pips approximately, right? Now similar thing is happening here. So over here, I know you would have thought, okay, if we take out this area of value, price is probably going to test this trend line before we go up. But right now, same thing is happening again. I do think market does not repeat, but it rhymes. So if we do get some similar price actions we did over here, then I think it's a no-brainer to go long, because you can see how price reacted to levels like this in the past, right? That's my brief outlook for GBP-USD. I hope you learned anything from this. If you have other insights, please let me know in the comment section down below. So EUR-USD chart, 2 hours time frame, similar to what we have on GBP-USD. Good consolidation, got rejected twice at this area of value. Now we had a good breakout. So now one would think we are coming straight down all the way to this area of value, followed by a bounce. Very, very possible, very, very likely that could happen. But we have this area of value to contend with, right? We have this area of value to contend with. So similar to what we had on GBP-USD, right? So most times when we have price breakout like this, I'm going to adjust this a little to cover the basis. So when we have price breakout from patterns like this, the targets are usually the bottom of the pattern. So we have this. So the target is usually at the bottom of this price action. So if you take a look at GBP-USD, this one, when we broke out from here, the target was the bottom of the pattern. Now this one, the target could be the bottom of the pattern, right? So price action. So now EUR-USD, we shouldn't fade this bottom here. So there's a good chance, though without this area of value, so I'm going to get rid of this. So without this area of value, it seems like we have a clear direction to the downside, right? It seems like we have a clear direction to the downside for massive gains. But pay attention to stuff like this. So this area of value, so there's a good chance we come into this place and get a reversal to the upside and a continuation of this bullish move to the upside, right? So that's something to pay attention. So before you go short, just watch out for price like this, hitting this area of value, consolidating, and then giving you a good bearish breakout. And this would be your confirmation to go short. So you can enter after a breakout. Stop loss is going to be above the consolidation list of the breakout. Take profit target, obviously first one is going to be around this area of value just to be conservative. Then second one can be around these lows here if you decide to hold any of your positions, right? This is how I'm going to be trading EUR-USD. So if you pull up the moving average as well, moving average 200 moving average on the 2 hours time frame, you can see the moving average aligns perfectly with this area of value. So there's a good chance we get into this area of value and we see a good bounce to the upside, which would also send or could also send the RSI to the oversold level, right? So something to pay attention to. Watch out for the basics, draw out your lines, add your indicators if you use any, and make sure you are trading properly, right? You are paying attention to those area values because they could cost you money if not. So just take a look at this chart, for example. So like I said, this chart without this area value, without the moving average, or without RSI, feels like this is going to be falling off a cliff and we will just be going down like a stone thrown into the ocean. But with price action, you know, paying attention to these levels, you would notice that there's a lot more going on here than a simple opportunity to go short all the way down to these price levels, right? So moving average, helpful. I use the 200 moving average because they are more streamlined and more clear, provide more clarity, get rid of most of the noise. This moving average is not as clean as you have it in GBP-USD because of this bounce we have over here, but it's still worth paying attention to. So the only way you go short on this is waiting to see what price does when we get here, consolidate, and if we do get a bearish breakout from this level, then by all means you can go short. But I do think there's a good chance we come into this area of value and then bounce to the upside in continuation with bullish move. So something to pay attention to, right? Moving on, lastly, we'll be talking about crude oil. So crude oil, real quick, we're still trading around this area of value. We seem to be seeing some sort of bullish momentum to the upside. So I'm going to be focusing on what's happening here to give you an insight on what I'll be trading on, how I'll be trading crude oil this week. So man, you remember I don't trade currency pairs. So GBP-USD, EUR-USD, USJP1, all that shit. I don't trade them because they are just too much noise for me. So I'll be focusing on gold, Nasdaq, and crude oil for my trades this week. So for those who trade currency pairs, what I just discussed on GBP-USD and EUR-USD may be very, very important for you to pay attention to. So going on to the 1 hour time frame on crude oil, what we can see is an opportunity to go long. I can't clearly see a good opportunity to go short yet, but for a long trade opportunity, I want to see price breaking out from this area of resistance. So we have a clear area of resistance here with price rejection 1, 2, 3. So if we do get another move to the upside, if we get another move to the upside, let's say like this, consolidation a little, then followed by a bullish breakout to the upside, then my entry is going to be immediately after the breakout. Stop loss is going to be underneath the consolidation. This is a breakout either here or here if we don't get another low, higher lows. Take profit targets is going to be around this place or potentially this place. So first one here, second one here, third one here. So just a lot of levels to take profit, but obviously first take profit target should be around this highs here. So this will be a risk to reward ratio of, let's see, approximately 100 pips stop loss to 200 pips. So risk to reward ratio of 1 to 2, which seems decent in my opinion if you're trading crude oil. So that's it briefly for this week's analysis. I'm talking about a short position right now because I clearly can't see a short opportunity for crude oil, at least not until we trade below this area of value as we've discussed in previous weeks. If you love the content, please like, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you disagree with me, please also leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. And lastly, if you want to learn to trade price action like I do, want to understand charts, price movement, market structure, and all that stuff, check out our complete Forex trading course on Udemy. I have the link attached in the description below. That's it for me, guys. See you next week.